Hello, it's Andrew. The sun's shining and we got some natural light. For those of you who've seen them before, I just do my videos in one take. I just pick a subject and talk about it. I'm not particularly technically whizzy, so I don't try and do any wonderful graphics. Don't even edit out the times that I go and ah, which I'm trying not to do too much. Anyway, today I thought I've been watching quite a few videos recently on YouTube where people talk about books they like reading and do reviews of them. So I thought I'd have a go. So I'd pick a book that I've read recently, which I'll come on to that in a minute. The book's by Julian Barnes. Now I don't normally so I'm trying to show you a different one. Normally most of my reading is factual stuff. I read a lot of history, politics, biography, other subjects I'm interested in, football, music. I don't read much fiction. When I do, I tend to prefer sort of literary fiction. And over the last few years, I've read a few books by Julian Barnes. Here's one here. Here's one I read earlier. Here's one we did earlier. The Sense of an Ending, which won the Booker Prize and was turned into a film, which I've seen. It's a very good film, perhaps not quite as good as the book, perhaps another story. I've also the cover by Lady Suzanne Dean, I think, from memory. Yeah, Suzanne Dean. The cover was quite acclaimed as well. Looking down a list of the other stuff he's done, Flaubert's Parrot, which is a sort of a literary detective story where a man moves off to France to find out the truth of a story about a parrot owned by or used by Flaubert and when he was writing a novel. A History of the World in 10.5 chapters was excellent. It was a sort of, it wasn't so much well, it was a novel, but basically it was sort of short stories, and there was bits, mostly fiction and bits of fact, and they all basically the sort of various linking bits between the stories. It started with Noah's Ark, told from the perspective of, oh, what were they, termites or some very small creature on Noah's Ark. Actually, so that's not what I'm here to talk about today. You'll get used to it. I do digress a bit, and I try and put a bit of humour into these things. Oh, trying to adjust my position. Right, here's what I'm really talking about today, which is The Only Story by Julian Barnes, which came out about 3 months ago now, I think. Anyway, I've got a account with Waterstones, so I got, did you see there, signed by the author? Yeah, so I've got an account with Waterstones, got an email saying it's coming out. They've got a limited edition, signed edition. So I thought, yeah, why not? I like signed books, so, and I like a good, nice hardback. So I thought, there we go, I'll buy it. So just flicking through. Yes, it was Suzanne Dean again who did the title. Sorry, the picture on the front, or the design. When you look inside, so it's quite interesting design where basically the story, the only story has been typed and then it's crossed out and written again. The reason for that becomes apparent when you get about halfway through the novel. When you look, now I'm going to have to close this quite close to the screen for anybody who actually see what's going on. Julian Barnes has a very, very, very small signature. So there you go. But it's nice to have it. Now, I read this, a month or so ago. I finished it, maybe more than that. And I thought, at the time I thought about doing it, and then it's one of those books I really wanted to enjoy it, and I did enjoy it, but I felt it wasn't as good as the other ones I've mentioned by him. In a way, so a lot of reviewers have said it's similar in style to The Sense of an Ending, without giving too much of the story away, but basically you'll work out from reading the blurb. It starts in the mid-60s. There's a young man, I think he's 19 at the time, and he starts a relationship with a woman nearly 30 years older than him. They meet at a tennis club in Surrey, and the village is scandalised by their relationship, and eventually they leave town. And it's basically the story of first of all the start of their relationship, and then it's all sort of then told in flashback. So he's like in the present day, thinking about their relationship and the different stages of their relationship, and It's there's a lot of, obviously Julian Barnes is one of our greatest novelists. It's beautifully written. There's a lot of very interesting, lovely phraseology. Um, I just got the feeling that it, I don't know. I just didn't really feel. I suppose the sense of an ending. It was quite a good mystery, and it's the way that the mystery unravels what really attracted me. This one, I found it was more a question of, here's a relationship, here's the stages of a relationship, and it was a, again, I don't want to give away the story, but I didn't really feel that it was going too far really, in terms of the story. I mean, there's some very funny bits in it. The young man's sort of caricatures of of his partner's ex-husband's quite funny, and his sort of his relationships with his partner's grown up daughters, and one of them he likes and one of them he doesn't like, and that sort of thing. It is quite funny, and it introduces various of his friends, and there's a lot of funny tales in there. I'm just not sure that the main thrust of the story is as good as it could be, really. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed reading it. I'm not. I just, like I said, it's strange. I think I suddenly thought today. I thought I'll do that piece, and I thought, well, I finished reading this book a few weeks ago, and um what is stuck in my mind about it? What can I talk about? Because I always do these ones unscripted, and I'm thinking, well, I'm not even sure it's a great deal I can say, which makes me wonder why I was prompted to do this video. I suppose, as I said earlier, perhaps the main thought is, here was a book that I really thought I was going to enjoy. I did enjoy it, but perhaps I didn't enjoy it as much as I did. As I thought I did. But ultimately, I've got a lovely signed copy, with a little signed by the author at Waterstone sticker on it, and it's a very small signature in it. So it's something. I suppose it's a collector's edition. I do like. I love my books. I've got probably 1,000 of them. I'm always on the lookout for interesting books. Quite often I'll buy 2 or 3 copies of the same book if I see an edition that's different to what I've got before. So I'm a bit of a book collector. So, but I do like actually the books to be as good as the sort of the sort of, I don't know what the word is, sort of the aura surrounding them. So I'll probably leave it there for today, and I'll come back another day with another book review. But in summary, it's a good book, but a short history of the world in 10.5 chapters is absolutely brilliant. So if you're thinking about what to read, Julian Barnes, read that one. Thank you. Goodbye.